Hi everyone, welcome back to Kristen's Epic Adventures. Today we're continuing our series on the different humble folk races that are in the Humblewood campaign. Make sure you don't miss any of these in our series, so you want to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when new videos are posted, and if you found this content helpful, go ahead and hit the like button and give us a thumbs up so that more friends can find us. Welcome back everyone. We're continuing with our series of the humble folk races that are in the Humblewood campaign. Now Humblewood is a campaign setting for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and it allows the characters to play as bird folk or humble folk, which are like little woodland creatures and birds. And it takes place in a setting called the Humblewood, and it's really cool, really neat. It gives everybody a chance to play as little woodland creatures, and we've started playing it and I just love it. So we're doing a series to go over all the different playable races and their abilities. Today, we're talking about the Mapach, which are your raccoon-like races. There's some really cute artwork in the book for these raccoons. You'll have to check it out. They are described as being naturally curious, crafty, hardy, and tough. They're adept at climbing and sneaking, and they have the ability to find a use for just about anything. They can create functional items out of junk debris or on-hand material. And between the Mapach and the humble folk, it's actually considered quite an art form, that the fact that they can do this. And this is one of their abilities that we are going to go over how that works, creating items out of junk. Now Mapach get a +2 to wisdom and a +1 to constitution. This isn't a race that has any sub-races. So instead of getting a modifier, like an ability that gets a +2 and then some different sub-races where you get +1 at something else, all Mapach get +2 to wisdom and +1 to constitution, and there aren't any sub-races to choose from. They tend to lean towards chaotic neutral. Kind of makes sense to me when you think like they're little raccoons. I think of them being like little chaotic bandits. Right? They are between 4 and 5 feet tall, and they weigh between 90 and 160 pounds, and they are considered medium. Remember, these are not actual raccoon size, but they are humanoids that are a raccoon-like race. That's why they're 4 to 5 feet tall. They have a walking speed of 30 feet. They also have dark vision, and if you're familiar with dark vision in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, that is the ability to see in dim light within 60 feet as if it were bright light, and darkness as if it was dim light. That's handy and makes sense for raccoons. They're kind of nocturnal in the real world. Mapach also have an ability called expert climbers. They have a 20-foot climbing speed. Kind of makes sense. They got little claws on the ends of their paws there. They also have resilience, which is advantage on saves against poison and resistance to poison damage. There are actually quite a few D&D characters and creatures in Humblewood that have that feature as well. Now, the biggest feature, I think anyway, of the Mapach is this really cool ability they have called Scrounge Craft. And this is what I was talking about, where they can make things. It makes them proficient with the Tinker's tools. It didn't necessarily mention that you had to have the Tinker's tools to create these things, but it would make sense to me that they probably should have the Tinker's tools, since proficiency with them was mentioned under the Scrounge Craft ability. But it says that it is the ability to construct crude but functional versions of common items using the materials present in your surroundings. It takes 10 minutes to craft the materials into any tool, so you can create tools, or piece of adventuring gear worth 30 gold or less. The item is functional, it says, and if they craft clothing, it does pass as a disguise. So this item that they scrounge craft together, it says, will last 1 hour before it starts falling apart. Now, Mapach can also spend 8 hours converting that scrounge crafted item into a permanent item as long as they start the process before it falls apart in an hour. So that's pretty neat. We already had an instance of someone using this in our game that was really cool, where they scrounge crafted a trap that was really neat. Awesome. They also have an ability called Skulker. Skulker gives you advantage on stealth checks in dim light or darkness. Now, based on everything I've described about the Mapach, it sounds like they'd make really great rogues, you know, being so sneaky and crafty and things like that. Although rogues usually have really good dexterity, and the Mapach get wisdom and constitution bonuses. So in reality, they'd make really good clerics, druids, monks, or rangers. But at the same time, they're just kind of almost like begging to be rogues. Multi-class, maybe? That would be interesting. You could definitely do that. Anyway, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Would you play a Mapach? Are you playing a Mapach? What do you think about the fact that there are no sub-races, but they have some really cool abilities instead? So that's pretty neat. Anyway, we're going to continue with the series and hit all of the humble folk that are available to play in the Humblewood. So you don't miss any of these. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when new videos are posted. And if you found this content helpful, go ahead and hit the like button and give us a thumbs up so that more friends can find us, and we'll see you for the next one. Thanks. Bye.